Hey everybody, welcome to Owl Zone, a weekly sports update where we bring you the latest info and highlights on your Kennesaw State Owls. Spring is right around the corner and our spring sports are heating up. We're your hosts. I'm Danielle Jackson.
And I'm Savannah Pratt. And in case you missed any of the action from this week, we've got you covered. Let's kick this episode off with a recap of what happened this week in Owl Nation. Lacrosse recorded an 11-10 victory over LIU Brooklyn on Tuesday. Sophomore Taylor McGee led the Owls with 4 goals, and sophomore Sydney Farwick added 3. Goalkeeper Allison Sneffet preserved the Owls' victory with her 15th save of the game in the final 5 seconds. Lacrosse will be back in action at home on Tuesday, March 17th to take on the Gardner-Webb Bulldogs.
Bilal Abdullah and Andre Dorsey represented Kennesaw State in the 2015 NCAA Indoor Championships in Fayetteville, Arkansas over the weekend. Abdullah and Dorsey earned the Owls 5 team points in the competition, the highest points ever scored for an NCAA Indoor Championship in KSU history. Abdullah finished 4th in the heptathlon, scoring a total of 5,941 points to set a new school record, while Dorsey finished 13th, scoring a total of 4,966 points. Track and field will open their outdoor season on Friday, March 27th, as they look to compete in the Yellow Jacket Invitational at Georgia Tech in Atlanta, Georgia.
Men's golf tied Virginia for 3rd place at last week's Palmetto Intercollegiate. The 28th ranked Owls finished with a par 70 school record, 8 under par, 832 total. Kennesaw State is back in action on Saturday, March 21st, when it co-hosts the Linger Longer Invitational in Greensboro, Georgia.
The Kennesaw State baseball team opened last week with a 13-3 loss to crosstown rival Georgia State on Tuesday. The Owls concluded the week by traveling to Rock Hill, South Carolina, where they lost 2 of 3 games to Winthrop. KSU opened the series by playing a doubleheader, and after losing the opener 2-0, came back to record a 4-0 victory behind the solid pitching of Travis Bergen. The effort earned him Atlantic Sun Conference Pitcher of the Week honors. Kennesaw State suffered an 11-4 loss to Winthrop in Sunday's series finale. KSU will host Georgia Tech at Stillwell Stadium on Tuesday, March 17th, before traveling to Western Carolina on Wednesday.
Softball hosted USC Upstate in a 3-game series this weekend. The Owls opened the weekend with a 16-3 loss to the Spartans on Saturday. The 2 teams conclude the series with a doubleheader on Sunday and fell 8-2 and 10-1. Junior Megan Varinja led the Owls with 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs in the first game of Sunday's doubleheader. The Owls will go on the road this week to face Furman on Wednesday, March 18th, and North Florida on Saturday, March 21st, and Sunday, March 22nd.
The women's golf team traveled to Augusta, Georgia over the weekend and tied for 2nd place at the 3M Jaguar Intercollegiate. The Owls concluded the 54-hole event with a 21 over par total of 873. Kennesaw State will return to action on Tuesday, March 17th to face Columbia in a dual match at Pine Tree Country Club.
The men's tennis team had a pair of road matches over Alabama State and Troy this weekend. The Owls opened play with a 7-0 victory over Alabama State on Saturday. You can watch the Owls play at home this week as they take on FGCU on Thursday, March 19th, and Stetson on Saturday, March 21st. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at KSU Owl Vision to be the first to see next week's episode.
Also be sure to follow us on Twitter at KSU Owl Nation and like us on Facebook at Kennesaw State Owls.
That'll do it for this week's episode of Owl Zone.
I'm Danielle Jackson.
I'm Savannah Pratt. And as always,
go Owls!